Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And in today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is, how will you benefit each other with this connection? And this is intended to be a romantic reading, just so you know. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps below, which will take you directly to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that's the only way to book any of my services with me. I will never personally reach out to you. So if anyone ever does reach out to you, just know that that is not me. All right. How will you benefit each other in this connection? Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Pile number 1, you have Elephant and Communion. It's also number 43, and you have the pink Opal. Pile number 2, you have Dolphin, Pleasure, and number 44, and you have the flower Agate. Pile number 3, you have Seahorse, Reflection, and number 38, and you also have the Rhodonite crystal. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the pink Opal, and your card is Elephant, Communion, and it's also number 43. The energy that I get from this card, kind of the first thing that I'm getting from this Elephant card, and how you will benefit each other with this connection, I feel like there's a connection going on here beyond just the two of you. I feel like the two sides of your family really get along, and it kind of creates this larger kind of extended family beyond just the two of you. So there seems to be like a really big support group that you have around you, and I'm just seeing like this big family is created by the two of you coming together. And I also feel like both of you like truly love, all aspects of each other, which can be difficult sometimes, but I'm feeling in your case, it's, it truly is that, where you both really just admire everything about each other. And there seems to be like a lot of loyalty, nurturing. It seems like a very supportive connection between the two of you. I also feel like there's communication that happens between the two of you, where like if you can't see one thing or you don't know how to figure something out, then the other person in this connection will be able to see what you can't see. Does that make sense? So I feel like both of you might be pretty intuitive, and when one person can't quite see what their intuition is trying to tell them, or can't figure something out, or is having a problem with something, I feel like the other person is able to kind of step back a little bit and see things from a different perspective. So I feel that you really help each other out in that way as well. And I also feel like you're very powerful together, where if you have a dream together, or you each have individual dreams and goals in your own lives, I feel that the two of you coming together really act in a way to help each other achieve those goals. And I feel that any goals that you have together, that you're going to achieve those. You're kind of like this unstoppable force. And so I feel also that there's a focus with both of you in the same way with family, home life, where kind of like you want the same things, like exactly the same thing. So let's say if you want to have children, you both want 2 children, or you both want 3 children, or maybe you just want 1, but it's like everything just kind of lines up and matches up with both of you. And so I feel that you also benefit each other in that way, because everything just kind of falls into place and lines up with exactly what you're each looking for. So that's really nice. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? Angel of Challenges. This is kind of what I was just saying. It's also number 4 here, where if one person can't see through your challenges, or if you're having a hard time, or maybe you're confusing your intuition with your ego or something like that, the other person steps in and says, well, hey, I have a different perspective than you, or let me help you out, or something like that. So Angel of Challenges, it's like you can get through anything with each other. And also remember, you have more than just each other, because remember, I was seeing extended family on both of your sides. And it doesn't necessarily have to be blood family, right? It could be friends who are like family. So, extended family, friends, things like that. So you really have like this really big network of people that you can rely on, especially when you have challenges, like this card is saying. I mean, not that you're gonna have challenges, but you know what I mean. I mean, we all have some level of challenge in our life from one point to the next, or to the next. So yeah, you have a lot of support with that, and different insight with that, where the other person can see things that maybe the other one can't because you're too stressed or something like that. And then we have Angel of Tranquility, and it's number 33. First of all, what's interesting to me is this is number 4, and then you have 43 here, and then you have 33 here, and also obviously 43 also has the 3 in it, so that's very interesting. And these 2 cards together really kind of combine what I was saying earlier. So you have Angel of Challenges and Angel of Tranquility, so it really seems to be saying that you really benefit each other, especially during challenging times, because you support each other. You can help each other see through problems. And not just that, but you, with your kind of soul tribe that you're both bringing into this relationship, whether it's friends or family, you have that extra support network. So if the 2 of you can't figure it out, then you have all of these people around you that you can go to who can help you out. And with all of this support around you, even during times of, challenging times or stressful times or something like that, you have this sense of tranquility, this sense of, well, everything's going to be okay. We're going to get through this, right? So that's really good. And also, I mean, you know how strong the elephants are, right? And so I feel like the 2 of you coming together, it's like you feel like, well, we can get through anything. And it's what I just heard is like challenges look smaller and smaller and smaller because you have such a great support network around you. What else can you tell us? All right, there's your 2 cards right there. They were kind of stuck there, so let's see what we have. Buffalo share abundance. And this is interesting because you have this abundance. And that's what I'm seeing with you, pile number 1, is that you have like this abundance of energy around you, of support around you, of kind of this community around you of really, really good, solid people, like this extended family. And I feel that not only does this extended family and support network, community, whatever you want to call it, help you during times of challenges, but I feel that they're also there to share and to celebrate your wins in life. So it's like they're there for everything. I feel that they love to celebrate. They love to, kind of commemorate things and things like that. So this goes for the extended family. This also goes between the 2 of you, where you're very, very strong, very strong. You have the buffalo, you have the elephant. I feel that your commitment to each other, your relationship, your, the love you have for each other, you know, everything, it just becomes stronger over time, and it just grows into something that's just unstoppable, basically. It's a really cool energy. And then we have penguin and achieve harmony. You see how everything's kind of in the same vein here, where it's like there's such this sense of community within your two friend groups coming together, your two families coming together. And everyone's so supportive. And within your relationship, if either one of you had something going on in your life that wasn't complete yet, or that something was missing, or something was off, or you hadn't figured something out yet, I feel that when the two of you come together, everything else comes together as well. So if you were waiting for something in your life, or you felt like even, you know, if you felt like you weren't in the career you wanted yet, or you hadn't achieved certain goals, it somehow all comes together when the two of you come together. And it's a really cool energy that you have with each other. It's almost like the vibration that each of you has kind of increases, it goes up. It's like you both up level your own personal lives by the two of you coming together. So it could be maybe one of you, you know, didn't know exactly how to go about something, or you felt like you didn't have the support or the means or whatever to accomplish a goal that you had. And then you kind of support each other and you say, well, no, we'll find a way to do it, or, you know, something like that. And so I feel that not only do you have harmony, but you have great abundance with anything that you want to accomplish. And it's because the two of you are together. What else can you tell us? All right, this card already wants to come out. Let's see what we have. The Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of so there's emotional balance, there's great communication between the two of you, and also there's some kind of you benefit each other in surprising ways. I feel where, remember how I was just talking about maybe there's something missing in your life, or maybe you had a goal and maybe you gave up on that goal. Maybe you thought like, oh, well, you know, I don't have the resources to achieve that goal, or I could never do that, or these are just examples. Okay, this obviously is not going to be for everybody, but kind of metaphorically speaking, right? Something like that, where when the two of you come together, and this is like for both of you, right? You see possibilities that the other person didn't see, right? And you really benefit each other that way by saying, well, hey, wait a minute. No, you can still do that. Did you ever look at it from this perspective? Or did you ever try to do this? And then the other person's like, oh, well, no, but that kind of makes sense. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's something kind of surprising that comes out of this connection that you have with this person. And it could also be another thing that this Page of Cups here could be, because this is like really positive things, and it could be surprising things. It's also this very nurturing energy, a very caring energy. So it could be that extended family that I've been seeing throughout this, and how strong those bonds are that you develop with each side, right? So that's something else that could be going on here. We have the Knight of Cups. Now, this Knight of Cups is making me think of exactly what I said a minute ago about how you each support each other with accomplishing your goals, going after your dreams, not saying no, saying, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can accomplish that. And I also feel like there's something that the two of you will be doing together where you really benefit each other in this situation, to the point where it's like, could you have done this without this person? Yes. But is it better that you're doing it with this person? Yes. So perhaps, you know, just for an example, this isn't going to apply to every single person, but let's say that you want children, and you hadn't found the person to have children with yet. And then this is your person that you want to have children with. Could you have done that without them? Yeah, of course. But it's something about your dynamic together that, you know, having children and parenting together, and then having that extended family and things like that, where it just makes it that much better in this particular situation. And it doesn't have to do, you know, exactly with children. I'm just giving you kind of an example. For some of you, that would be a metaphor. For some of you, that's exactly what it means. You know, this is a general reading, so, but that's what I'm seeing here with these two cards. The Ten of Wands, yeah, see, you don't have to do everything on your own anymore. You have this huge support network. Now, see, so this person here obviously is struggling with these Ten of Wands, but look back here. Look at all these different buildings back here. See, you don't have to do it all on your own anymore. And so, yeah, you're supporting each other, you're helping each other. But if the two of you are doing something together and you're struggling a little bit, you have this extended network that will help both of you, okay? So that seems to be a huge theme with your reading, because, you know, obviously it came up with the Elephant card here, but I'm seeing it throughout, you know, a lot of your other cards. We have the Two of Cups. So with the Two of Cups, I feel how another way that you benefit each other is that you're basically on like the same emotional level. You kind of vibrate on the same wavelength. You just get each other. You're very, very supportive of each other and each other's dreams. And I feel that this is a very reciprocal relationship where you just kind of naturally take care of what needs to be taken care of. You know, let's say if you're living together and, you know, the kitchen needs to be cleaned, you don't wait for the other person to do it. Just whoever's there does it. You know what I mean? So simple things like that, where in some relationships that could cause an issue. Like, well, no, I cleaned yesterday. Today it's your day. Things like that, you know, kind of petty things that can really harm a relationship. Like, that doesn't exist here. So I feel that you're even supportive in that way as well. And you know, of course, that's just an example also, but, you know, little things like that. It's like you both want each other to succeed. You both want each other to be happy, and you're very, very supportive of each other. Then we have the Two of Wands. So this is what I was saying earlier. I believe I said that earlier about if one of you, yeah, I did say that earlier. If one of you is going through a problem or a challenge, right? The other person can see a different perspective that the other one can't, because you're right in the middle of this problem. Let's say one of you is having a problem at work, and then you go home and you're talking about it with your other person in this connection, okay? And you're saying, you know, I just feel really stuck. I don't know what to do. That's what I'm seeing here. Getting this perspective, seeing what your options are. Someone else is saying, hey, did you think about this? Especially with this card with the Two of Wands, because this person has a phone here, right? And so it's like, I'm feeling like there's some sort of communication coming from the phone, and this person's like, oh yeah, I didn't look that way before. I didn't, you know, think about that other option that you brought up. So I feel that there's definitely something about communication and really helping each other see different perspectives and see other options and seeing, you know, possible other solutions to challenges or anything else that may be going on. Yeah, this exactly. So the King of Swords, this is pretty much what I just said. Each of you act like the King of Swords at different times when you each need it. And also the thing that's really important is that when one of you sees a solution to a problem or sees a possible different avenue or something like that, you have this great way of communicating where the other person can see very, very clearly what you're seeing and what they didn't see before. Does that make sense? And they can do it in a way where both of you, right? When one person isn't seeing something, the other person can do it in a way where it's very straightforward. And I feel also there's a sense here where the way that you communicate with each other, you can be a little bit, like, you don't have to sugarcoat things with each other. You can just say, hey, this is what I see going on here. And, maybe let's say that if you were acting a little bit, maybe not irrational, but, kind of like putting the blame on someone else and not taking part of the blame or something like that, or the other person in your life was doing that and you're like, hey, I think maybe you had a little bit to do with this disagreement at work, right? You both have that ability to say that to the other person, and neither one of you would be offended by that. You would actually think about it and say, oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I did play a part in that. Maybe I should fix that. Maybe I should apologize, whatever it is. So I feel that, you can speak to each other very, very respectfully, but at the same time, you don't have to sugarcoat things, right? And so I feel that will very much benefit both of you in this connection. The Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, okay, there's a couple things going on with this Queen of Pentacles. I feel that, first of all, it's very, very strong loyalty, connection, possible family, wanting also kind of the same thing with your home. There's something about like building a certain energy in your home, or, even like the exact home that you want or where you want to live, things like that, right? So you really help to, you help each other, you benefit each other in the sense where I just don't see like these petty little things that can get in the way of certain relationships. I don't see that getting in the way of your connection, of your relationship. And I feel also that you will both do whatever you can, whatever it takes to support each other in your own individual goals. Because I feel like there's something that you both want to do in life, whether it's career or hobby or travel or, whatever it is. And you're both so supportive and so proud of each other that it just helps to get you to those goals, a little bit easier, a little bit faster, whatever it may be in your particular case. And I feel like because we have challenges right here, I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, there's no challenge that could break this connection. Like, you're both very, very, very committed to this connection, to this relationship. The Five of Swords. So with the Five of Swords, I'm kind of getting a little bit of what I said earlier with the King of Swords about giving each other a different perspective. There's also something going on here where, actually, it's still kind of what I said with the King of Swords, where you're not afraid to tell each other certain things that could be a little bit difficult to say or difficult to hear in other relationships. Like in this relationship, you can say, hey, you've tried your hardest, you've tried your best. Maybe it's time to walk away from the situation. Maybe it's time to call a truce, or, whatever it is. Whereas, because I'm seeing something with this Five of Swords where it's like someone's pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to get something or trying to accomplish something or something like that. But there's so much resistance here. And it could take that person who's on the outside saying, hey, I don't think there's a way to fix this situation. Maybe you should walk away from this situation. So for instance, let's say that one of you has a job and your coworkers or your boss it's just kind of unmanageable, right? Where no matter what you do, you can't seem to do anything right. But you, at one point in time, really, really loved this job. The other person could say, hey, maybe you should stop trying so hard because doing that is not accomplishing anything. Maybe you should just look for a different job. You know, something like that, which can be hard to hear, but sometimes, you know, we need that wake up call. And so I feel that you're both very perceptive about what's going on in the other person's life, and you have this way of communicating where it's not just saying, like, well, just quit, right? It's like, well, let's think about things. Let's talk about things. Let's have a discussion and figure out how to fix it together. All right. Yeah, see? This see, you have the Eight of Cups. This is literally what I was just saying. Your cards are so funny to me because I say something and then I pull a card and it's like just a continuation of what I was just saying, or it's literally what I just said. So the Eight of Cups, so what I just said with the Five of Swords and the King of Swords, kind of lumping these three together, but it's also when you need to walk away from something, you have that support there. You have this person with you, and vice versa too. You do this for the other person where it's like, look, this job or this friendship or whatever it is, it's not benefiting you anymore. It's not productive, and it's time for you to move on. And when you or the other person does choose to move on from something, you have that support. Okay, so you're not doing things on your own. And it's like, okay, if I'm going to make changes, if I'm going to walk away from something that's just kind of bringing my vibe down, you can transition very, very easily, because what I'm seeing here with the Angel of Tranquility is that when something's not working and you break free from that, as we see with the Eight of Cups, you're not walking alone here, okay? You have somebody that's just out of view right here is what I'm picturing in my mind, who's going to, you know, you take a couple steps over here and you have someone there who's going to be there to give you a hug, to talk to you, and vice versa, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. The Tower card, yeah, see, it's very interesting how you have challenges here, and then we do see some challenging moments here, where certain things, oh, this is very interesting. What I'm seeing is that for some of you, something that once looked like it was a difficult situation, with this other person there, or with you helping your partner, your spouse, whatever it is, right? You can see that different perspective, or they can see that different perspective. And from the Tower card, when something doesn't work out exactly as you expected, and it doesn't have to be anything as dramatic as this Tower card looks, right? It could just be that you thought something was going to work out and then it didn't. And there wasn't, you know, a huge loss. It was just disappointment, right? But through that, remember how I was talking about you can each offer a different perspective? Through that, you have the Page of Cups, where this something surprising comes out of some sort of disappointment. But with you both in each other's lives, you help each other see this other perspective of things. Does that make sense? The Fool card, this, I'm telling you, your cards, every time I say something, I pull a card, and it's just exactly what I just said. This is what I'm talking about, okay? So the Fool card, especially coming right after the Tower card, this is what I'm talking about. So you have some kind of disappointment here, but it sparks something. Something about this lightning here kind of sparks something, which would be kind of like intuition, okay? So this will kind of tell you what I've been saying throughout this reading. Okay, so here is something that happens here where it's unexpected. You thought things were going to go one way and they didn't go that way. Now, because you or this other person is the one going through this, or maybe you're both going through it and it's your community who's going to help you. This flash of this lightning right here is like a flash of inspiration or a flash of intuition that the person who's not in this directly sees. When you're going through this, your intuition might kind of fall to the wayside because you're dealing with this and it's stressful, it's shocking, it's upsetting. Like I said, it doesn't have to be anything big. Maybe you thought you were going to get a job, you thought it was your dream job, and then you didn't get it, right? So then you feel like, oh, what's going on? Okay. Well, the other person, whether it's you or your partner or your extended family, whatever it is, sees something that you're not seeing, which then takes us to the Page of Cups, where it's like, oh, here's this thing that's surprising, something that's actually good that came out of this. And then you have the Fool card where it's like, oh my gosh, you have kind of this epiphany where it's like, okay, I'm actually exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. And it actually turns out even better than what you had with the Tower card here. And not just that, but the Fool card and the Tranquility card really go very well together, because it's like, oh, I feel great, I feel happy, I'm in a much better place now. So do you see what's going on in this reading? Everything is so connected. All right, let's get your last card. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah, see? And again here, you look at, do you see the success that you have? And the Nine of Pentacles is a great success card, okay? And it comes after the Tower card. So do you see what I'm saying here? You really support each other. You give each other a different perspective. You help each other through difficulties, through disappointments, through things like that. You lift each other up, and you work through your problems, and because of that, you have this great success. Something that's going to last a very long time. So this could be, you know, within your relationship, this could be a hobby, this could be work, business, a new home together, whatever it is. There's great success that happens for both of you here because you have that support network and because you have each other. And that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 2. You have the flower agate and you have the dolphin with pleasure and number 44. So I feel that the way that you benefit each other in this connection is that you're both very happy, lighthearted, and I feel that you really match each other's energy in that sense, where it just allows things to flow very easily. I feel like this is a very fun-loving relationship, a connection that has a lot of laughter, and I feel that you might introduce each other to new things. So maybe you have a particular hobby, or this other person has a particular hobby or interest or something like that, that maybe the other person didn't have. And then you kind of introduce each other to these different things. And then you both really enjoy these different things, right? So I feel that there's, with both of you, there seems to be a bit of like, an interest in new things or something like that, where it just seems like every day is kind of exciting. Every day could be an adventure for both of you. And I do feel that for some of you, it could be where one person works a little too much and the other person helps the other one kind of realize that there's more to life than just work, right? And so I feel that's another way that you could benefit each other in this connection, where you can help, and maybe you're both like that for some of you. And then when you come together in a relationship, you realize, hey, let's do some fun things. Let's not work so hard anymore. Like there's more to life than just work, 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 right? So, so there's something about that coming up here. I also feel that the way that your energy is together, little things that may have once annoyed you no longer annoy you, because it's like, well, there's so much joy in my life right now. Why would I let that petty little thing annoy me? Something like that, right? And it doesn't have to be within the relationship with the two of you. I'm seeing things like outside, like maybe traffic annoys you, or the line at the grocery store was too long. And now that you're in this beautiful connection, it's just like, yeah, okay, it is what it is. I'm not going to let that ruin my day, that kind of thing. And so I just feel like there's such a balanced, harmonious energy between the two of you. And it just makes your lives like so much better. I also feel like you have great conversations. There's something here about intellectual conversations that you have together, like really deep conversations. Also, I feel that you both may have different interests in certain things. And, you know, like an interest where when you talk about it, you get really excited and you just love talking about this particular thing. And then the other person gets excited too because you're so excited, and vice versa, right? So it just seems like a really fun, lighthearted connection that the two of you have together. I feel like you complement each other very, very well. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? Wow, so you have Angel of Soulmates with number 30. And this is basically what I was saying here with how you, because the energy, see, I'm trying to explain the energy where it's like this light-hearted energy between the two of you. It's a lot of fun. And remember how I said that one or both of you might at one point in time in your life be like, work, work, work. I have to do this. It has to be done today. I have to get all this done. And then you don't have enough time to go out and enjoy yourselves. There's something about the connection between two of you where you start to see other things are more important. And I mean, not that you're just not going to work anymore. Of course, I'm not saying that, but it's like you start to see like, okay, well, this can wait until tomorrow because we need to go out, we need to enjoy ourselves, we need to go have fun, we need to enjoy life instead of staying inside and working all the time or whatever it might be, right? It's like, no, that'll be there tomorrow, that'll be there later today. Let's just enjoy life. And it has something to do with this connection that you have with this person, where everything seems to take on a new meaning. And like I said, those little annoyances, those little things that maybe used to bother one or both of you, it doesn't matter anymore because you have this divinely guided connection here. Then we have Angel of Challenges, number 4. So with the challenges, I feel, especially with the dolphin, you lift each other up, you support each other, which, you know, obviously, yes, you would want that in a relationship, but you both do it in a way where it's exactly what the other person needs at exactly the right time. Does that make sense? And even some of you may even help the other person or vice versa before they even know they need it. Does that make sense? It's like you have with soulmates here, you have a very, very, very intuitive connection with each other. And so it's like you can almost feel that someone's having a challenging day at work. And so one of you may, you know, create like a really nice meal or say, hey, let's go out to a really nice restaurant tonight or something like that, right? Because you have this intuitive connection with each other and you just know how to lift each other up. And by doing that, you benefit because instead of, you know, going home and stewing in your feelings and getting even more upset, You each help each other break out of challenging moments and can kind of step away from them and come back with a different perspective. Does that make sense? All right, let's see what else we have for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? Okay, is there a 2 there? Oh, this is interesting. Hawk, remember your mission. The very first thing, I mean, immediately when I saw this card, I was drawn back to the soulmate card here. So I feel that there's something very, very spiritual going on here with this group. Some of you, I feel, either you or your other, your person in this relationship, or vice versa, somewhere along in this connection, you may help each other to see what your soul purpose is in this lifetime. So for instance, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about here, let's say that you're working a job and you like your job, or maybe you don't like your job, but it's a job, you're going to work, coming home, and you have this hobby that you love, and you just don't have time for that anymore because you're working and you're going about your life. And then the other person sees how you are, sees your energy change, sees your soul light up when you pursue this hobby, or when you do something, or when you talk about something that you used to do. And this other person is like, hey, or maybe you say it to them, why don't you just pursue that? Why don't you try to do that? Make a business out of it, or, something like that. There seems to be something about each of you helping to bring each other in direct alignment with your soul path, with your soul mission. Something like that is going on here. This is a very, 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 very strong connection with a lot of spiritual elements to it. Penguin, achieve harmony. This makes so much sense regarding what I just said with remember your mission, because when you remember your mission, when you remember why you are here, when you start aligning with your true soul path, that's when you can achieve true harmony, right? So I feel like you benefit each other by allowing each other the space to pursue your true path, and perhaps your soul mission is connected together, right? And it's interwoven together, and that's how you're going to achieve this great harmony in your lives. Because I think maybe I mentioned harmony over here with the dolphin card, because it really does feel like such a harmonious relationship, and then you have it here as well. So yeah, there's definitely something going on here where, first of all, you complement each other, you support each other, but it goes like so far beyond that to just this spiritual soulmate level. It's very, very interesting. Now let's look at your tarot cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? Pile number 2. All right. This is interesting. So we have the Hermit card here, and I just had this flash of one or both of you kind of trying to figure out life, trying to figure something out, trying to find your soul purpose. A missing piece, like there's a missing piece in your life, okay? So for some of you, this missing piece could be each other, right? Where you are missing your soulmate, okay? And when you meet each other, how you benefit each other is it's like your life is just beginning, okay? In the sense of that's how it feels. It's like, oh my gosh, this is what's been missing my whole life. Like I always felt like something was missing, and it was you. And then from that, it's like, then you're just inspired. Then you remember your soul mission, everything falls into place, right? And you have all the answers then. Any answers that you may have been seeking in your life, you then have them, and vice versa, right? When I say you, I mean you and your person, your partner, your spouse, whatever it is, okay? Yeah, very, very, I'm telling you, this pile is very, very powerful. So we have the Hangman. It's very interesting because both of these cards can have this meaning of figuring something out, being enlightened, finding the answers, getting a different perspective on things. And I feel that when you meet this person, when you meet each other, there's kind of like this huge transformation that happens in each of your lives where you really, like, there's something, especially with this card here, and can you see the steps here? It's like you help each other go on like a higher level with on these steps, which is directly connected to your soul mission. So maybe for some of you, because we have challenges and then we have remember your mission and then achieve harmony, maybe for some of you, you tried to pursue something in the past and it didn't quite work out, or it wasn't the right time, or it was too difficult to do it when it was just you. And then you come together and then all of a sudden it's like you have this support network, you have someone cheering you on, you have a different perspective, right? And then all of a sudden these doors start opening for you that weren't there before. And then you somehow walk right into like your soul purpose. Very interesting. The Hierophant. Oh my gosh, look, I was just talking about the stairs and look at this. And again, the Hierophant, it's like, look at these cards right here. This is so powerful. It's some kind of enlightenment. It's like, and now, because we're talking about how you benefit each other, how you complement each other, right? There's stairs here, and then there's stairs here. So it's like you're both helping each other get to this point in your own individual lives. And when you both achieve these things in your individual lives, then it raises your personal vibrations, and then it raises your vibration together as a couple. Very, very interesting. And also for some of you, there's something that you're supposed to do together. So that could be, I mean, really, it could be anything. It could be having children together, starting a business together, moving somewhere together, achieving something else together. But it's so powerful because you're there for each other, you're supporting each other, you're lifting each other up. And so somehow you will benefit each other on each of your missions in this lifetime, like what you are both supposed to do in this lifetime. The Ace of Wands, this is exactly what I was just saying. It sparks something in both of you to pursue something that before you didn't think was possible, or maybe you tried it before and it didn't work out, so you gave up, or maybe you didn't even see what your soul mission was until you met each other. Okay. There's also what I'm feeling here is I'm hearing like there's no reason to give up, but what that means is this fire is lit underneath you, this fire of creativity, of determination, of, solving problems and making things work out. And it's also connecting the dots. It's like, well, I've always had this interest in this particular thing, but I never knew how I could actually pursue that as a career or as a job, or, whatever it is. And then somehow you both help each other with those connections and help each other see, oh yeah, I didn't even really put two and two together before, but you know how there's stairs here on this card and then there's stairs on this card? look at what we have here. When I told you that they both have a little bit of a similar meaning, especially in your reading, with like finding the answers, being enlightened, seeing things differently. And of course, there's other meanings with both of these cards, but that's what I'm pointing out here. And there's two cards doing that right next to each other. So this is happening for both of you, and it's happening because of this connection. And even these two cards, the energy that I'm feeling in your particular reading between the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands, with these particular cards here, it's kind of that similar energy. So it's like for each of you, you're sparking some kind of creativity or sparking an idea within each other. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you start a business together or do something pretty significant together. All right, and then we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, this makes so much sense. So you benefit each other in this connection. First of all, do you see what we have here? So the Six of Swords, you're moving out of a period of possible anxiety, possibly when things weren't working, a stressful situation, and you're leaving that behind. You're being divinely guided into a new way of life. Why? Because you see things differently. You have a different perspective. Now you see that things are possible. And what are you doing? You're achieving harmony. Yeah. And you know, another thing that's interesting, you have the soulmate card here, and then the penguin, you know, they find their partner and they're together for life. They give each, or one of them gives the other a stone. You know, it's so sweet and so special. And, you know, kind of similar to the dolphin. It's just, this is a very strong emotional connection, a very strong spiritual connection. I feel like you have some kind of psychic connection with each other, where like you just know what the other person needs, sometimes before they even know what they need. Very interesting. The King of Cups. Yeah, like I said, very strong spiritual connection. There's also it's such a loving, nurturing, light-hearted kind of connection that you have with each other. I feel that in some way you also heal each other, because I feel like there was something missing in both of your lives. And obviously, if you're soulmates, that's one thing that was missing, right? But it's something beyond that, and I feel that it has something to do with your soul mission, you or your person, okay? Maybe you had challenges with your soul mission. Maybe you had challenges finding your soulmate, right? Whatever it is, these challenges come to an end because you're achieving harmony. So, and especially if you've been trying to find your soulmate and you haven't found this person yet, or if it took you a while to find them, that in itself could be creating disharmony in your life. And so once you are able to find that person and correct that, it corrects itself, then you achieve harmony in that aspect of your life, which then opens up the rest of the universe for you to achieve harmony in other aspects of your life. So yeah, I feel that challenges start to come to an end, or not come to an end, because we're always going to face challenges, right? But doing it alone comes to an end. Now you have someone you can bounce ideas off of. You have someone who's supporting you, lifting you up, and helping you through those challenges. Yeah. This makes a lot of sense. So you have the Six of Pentacles here. So everything starts to balance out. This is a continuation of what I was just saying, where you're achieving harmony. Things are balancing out for you, which kind of trickles down into all areas of your life. I also feel that you benefit each other in the sense of things are pretty equal in this connection, where you help each other out, you do things for each other, you're spiritually connected, you're emotionally connected, you know, you're both equally open to sharing your thoughts and your feelings, you know, because sometimes one person could be a little bit closed off and doesn't really like to talk about their feelings, and the other person wants to talk about their feelings and wants to have conversations about that. and it's not really that balanced, but here it is. Here it's very, very balanced. I feel also that there's something about where you see yourselves going forward in this connection is also very balanced. So you either both want children or neither one of you want children. And it's, so in that aspect, if you both want to move to a different city, or if you want to move to a different city, you both want to move to a different city, right? So it's like, oh, I want that too. And yeah, no, I don't want that in my life. You're like, yeah, I don't either. So whatever it is, it's very balanced here. Okay, your cards. So this is a card of balance. This is what I was just talking about. You balance each other out. Everything just flows so well between the two of you, and not just between the two of you, but when you go forward and you pursue other things in your life, everything just kind of falls into place. You complement each other so well. You support each other so well. You believe in each other so much. And it really is something about when you find this person, when you find your soulmate, when they find you, it just seems like everything else in your life starts to come together. Exactly. Everything starts to come together. You kind of walk into this new world. So this is the world card here. You see things differently. Again, remember, how did I say it earlier? Where your vibration changes. So like I was saying earlier, let's just say, for instance, that you haven't found your soulmate yet, or it took a long time to find this person and your energy was a little bit off. Okay. When you meet each other, do you see the colors here on this dress? So your aura is vibrating higher. Your energy is higher. You feel like your dreams, your goals, whatever it is, it's possible now. Everything's coming together. And it feels like for you, everything does come together when you meet this person because you're inspired. You feel inspired. You feel like anything is possible. And you truly both start like a whole new life together. Which obviously, if you're coming together, right, in a relationship, you're starting a new life together. But it's like within your individual lives, within your own personal goals, everything becomes easier. Everything becomes clearer. The High Priestess. Wow, this is so interesting that you have the High Priestess, the Hangman, the Hermit, because there's something that you are holding within your soul, right? Look, the High Priestess is right below. Remember your mission. So look at this trail of cards here. Okay, so remember your mission, Hawk. Very, very intuitive card. Very intuitive. Ace of Wands, that spark, that creativity, that starting something new, knowing that everything's possible. And the High Priestess. Remember your mission and High Priestess. You benefit each other by sparking something within each other to remind each other of your soul mission. It's so interesting, this connection between the two of you. I would love to just see each of your connections and see how it relates to this, because it's just fascinating to see it from this side of things. So it's like this awakening of who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do in this lifetime for both of you. The Six of Wands, and you achieve that. You both achieve that. Whatever it is, you achieve that in this lifetime. And some of you maybe, I think I said this earlier, some of you may not know. Maybe you know what your soul mission is. Maybe the other person doesn't. But somehow when the two of you come together, it awakens that. And it's really cool. You're successful with your soul mission. It's going to happen. You have the Six of Wands here. This is a victory card, a success card. And you cheer each other on. You support each other. And it doesn't matter how conventional it is, especially with the Hierophant here. For some of you, it's going to be something that's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then for others of you, whatever your soul purpose is, it's going to be, it could appear to other people to be a little bit outlandish or challenging, or where someone's like, okay, well, that's never been done before. And you're like, well, yeah, that's exactly why I'm going to do it, right? It doesn't matter to each of you. You have like this support and this knowing. So not only are you remembering your soul mission and your partner's remembering their soul mission, but it's like you can see each other's mission and you can see that that thing is absolutely perfect for each other to pursue. The Queen of Pentacles. So I was just talking about success with the Six of Wands, and then you get the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is success. You find great success. You really complement each other, lifting each other up, as I said, by celebrating each other's success. But also remember how I said in the beginning that one of you, or it could go either way. So one of you might be all about work, work, work. I can't take time off to do fun things. I need to work. I have all this I need to get done. And the other person is like, hey, but that can wait till tomorrow. Let's go out and have fun today. Or maybe both of you are like that. And then when you come together, you're like, oh yeah, that can wait till tomorrow. Let's go out and have fun tonight. Whatever it is. So what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Pentacles is something with that where it's like you take time out to do fun things, to explore things, to like realizing that, oh, okay, it's not all about working hard every single day. And you actually get more done because you're taking a time out, and you go out and you have fun and you're refreshed, and then you come back to work, whatever it is, and then you're more creative. Your visions are stronger. Your goals seem to happen a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. So that's another way that you really benefit each other in this connection. And that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Rhodonite crystal, and your card is Seahorse, Reflection, and number 38. So this is very interesting. I feel that within this connection that you have, you are two very unique people, and you can both be yourselves. So there's no need to hide anything about your personality or think like, oh, what is this person going to think about this little quirk that I have, or a habit that I have, or an interest that I have. You're both very, very unique, and you could be just like each other, but you're unique in the sense of you felt like at some point, or this other person felt like at some point, that maybe other people wouldn't get you or wouldn't understand you, something like that. And you just get each other, and it is such an amazing connection. So you can just be yourselves, right? And I feel that you benefit each other also because you're both patient, supportive. I feel that you're very much on the same page with when, where, how things happen in your relationship and in your individual lives as well. And so it's just like everything is very harmonious. Everything just kind of flows very, very well within your lives, and then within your connection, your relationship together. And I also feel like if there's something that you're not in 100% agreement with, or harmony, or something like that, I feel like you would both be like, well, okay, let's just, talk about it next week, or talk about it a month from now, or let's just see what happens and see where we are in the future with that particular thing. So I feel like things like that in your relationship, it's like not a big deal. Even if you're not on the same page with every single thing, it's like, okay, well, we'll just talk about it another time. And so with that, I feel that you really give each other a sense of peace, calm, serenity, all of these things, a great sense of safety also. And I feel also that you feel like the world kind of fades away when you're together, so you don't have to worry about things. And yeah, I just feel like you're equally protective and equally supportive of each other and equally caring and nurturing of each other. Yeah, everything just seems to be so equal. I don't know how else to say it. It's a very, very this beautiful supportive connection that I'm seeing here. So let's look at your other cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Okay, I thought that was maybe 2. Oh, wow. So you got Angel of Soulmates, number 30. So interesting. And you know what? Pile number 2 got this card in exactly the same spot, too. So that's really interesting. This makes sense, doesn't it? Especially because Seahorse reflection and your soulmate. So I really feel like you're a reflection of each other. And I feel for some of you, it may have taken you a while to find your special person, to find your soulmate, because you are so unique, because the other person is so unique. And which can mean like a whole different variety of things, right? But the reason why it took so long is because you were searching for exactly each other, right? Maybe one of you had some things that you needed to finish in your own life before the two of you could come together. Maybe one of you had to move to the same location as the other person, right? So if it did take you a while, if it is taking you a while now, Spirit says, have no fear. Your true soulmate, your reflection, your other half, whatever you want to call it, they're on their way to you. Okay, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful connection. So obviously with this card, you're going to benefit each other because you're soulmates. So, you know, that we'll see what else we have aside from that. But you're definitely going to benefit each other specifically because you are soulmates. Okay. Angel of Determination. Oh, this is interesting. So I feel that another way that you're going to benefit each other is that, and I think I said this earlier, it's like you're so supportive of each other. I feel that you believe in each other, especially when the other person has doubts, especially when the other person has a fear, like, well, maybe I can't accomplish this goal, or, you know what, I'm so tired, I just want to give up. And the other person steps in and says, oh no, you're not going to give up. You're going to take a break. And then you're going to get back to it tomorrow or next week or next month or whatever it is. And I feel that that goes both ways for both of you. You don't let each other give up. And you kind of offer, like, I'm seeing someone lift up another person, so you give the other person a boost when they need it the most. All right, let's see what else we have. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Pile number 3. Oh, okay. Yes. I love this. So you have shark, flow forward. Do you see what's happening here? Angel of Determination, everything I just said about this card. And then you have the shark and flow forward. So I feel that there's 2 sides of the energy that I'm feeling between the 2 of you. There's this just absolute loving, gentle energy here. But on the other side, when it comes to challenges, when it comes to going after goals, reaching, you know, particular things that you want to reach in your life, there's this fierceness about the 2 of you together, where it's like nothing's going to stop you from going forward, especially if one of you is feeling challenged, trying to reach a particular goal. The other person is going to step in and say, oh no, you don't give up. You're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. Because this card, it's number 9, and it's reminding me so much of the 9 of Wands in the tarot card, where, you know, with the 9 of Wands, that energy can be feeling like I can't go any further. I'm so tired. I'm a little beaten up from life, right? And then your soulmate, your person steps in and says, no, 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 keep going forward. Don't give up. You got this. And vice versa, right? You say that to them, they say that to you. All right, what else can you tell us? This card wants to come out. Wow. So you have duck step into sacred union and you have soulmates. I mean, this is an amazing connection that you have here. Very, very powerful. And you're both so unique, but you're both so similar. So when I say you're unique, okay, that can mean that you're different from a lot of other people. Maybe you see life differently. Maybe you have different perspectives on things. Maybe you have different hobbies, different interests. Maybe you're a little quirky. Whatever it is, you both have something about you that's different from other people. And those differences might be the same between the two of you, and it might be different between the two of you. But because you both, the important thing is that you both feel like you're different than other people. You both feel like other people don't get you, or maybe other people get you, but in a romantic relationship, nobody has really understood you up until this point when you meet your soulmate, right? And so when the two of you come together, it's like there's a sense of, for some of you, feeling like, I didn't think I'd ever meet somebody who truly gets me, right? Who truly understands me as an individual and who is okay with all of that. And they actually love all of that about me. Okay, so I'm feeling that for some of you. And it just works so well between the two of you. And then it kind of gives you like this boost of energy, of like almost determination or something to kind of move past certain challenges you had in the past, or to just, I don't know, it's like you get this different perspective on life. You see things differently. You feel like anything is possible with the two of you together. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Pile number 3. This one wants to come out. Okay, what else can you tell us, please? Wow, no wonder this card wanted to come out. So this is the Temperance card. You balance each other out. You just fit together so well. Like, you know how sometimes you might see what appears to be opposite people in a relationship, and then somebody who knows those two people and say, oh yeah, but if you could see them together, if you like knew both of them, you would get it. That's what I'm feeling for some of you here. So some of you might feel different from a lot of other people, and some of you might be different from each other as well, but it's those differences that you both have, even if they're different from each other, where you just get each other. Like, it just makes sense, and everything just kind of flows, and it just works, and it's so supportive, and such a beautiful connection. Like, I feel like there's a lot of communication, like really deep conversations about life, and kind of spiritual conversations, and things of like, what's the meaning of life? Like, what is my purpose here? What, you know, things like that, where it's just very deep and spiritual. The King of Pentacles, yeah. You both benefit each other because you support each other's ideas. Do you see on this card, right here, there's like all these buildings here, all these ideas. And I feel that you support each other's ideas. You support each other's goals. You cheer each other on. And especially if either one of you is feeling challenged, because remember, this is right below the 9 here, the determination card, and you don't let each other quit. You help each other to keep going, and you really build something very, very strong. So you benefit each other because your connection is very strong and the relationship is very strong, and you're building something that would last a lifetime. But there's also something going on here about personal goals that you both have, that you're both going to fulfill. And it's because you have this other person cheering you on. You have this other person supporting you and helping you along the way. The 6 of Swords. So this is very interesting. Because of, remember what I said, how some of you may have felt like you were never going to find that person who gets you. You were never going to have that relationship that you wanted. That fear dissipates when you find this person. Do you see here how there's an island here? This is exactly what I was saying, where some of you feel so different from everyone else that you felt kind of alone. Well, you're not going to feel alone anymore. Okay, so whatever it was that was going on with you that was challenging, it all starts to fade away when you meet this person. And not that you won't have any challenges in your life anymore, right? I'm not saying that, but you're going out of some period of kind of darkness, of like, I really feel that it's like, oh, I'm never going to find my person. Nobody understands me. Nobody gets me. Nobody appreciates, who I am. And this person does. You get this person, right? The Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, I feel that you benefit each other because you, first of all, you see things in each other that other people don't see, okay? And so it kind of nourishes this piece of your soul that hasn't been nourished before. Does that make sense? So for instance, let's say that you have this different idea to pursue something or something like that, and you're like, oh, well, I don't know if anybody would really like that, and people don't really seem to understand my perspective, or whatever it is. And this person, or vice versa, is like, no, that's great. Like, there's a lot of people who would identify with that, or there's a lot of people who would want to connect with you about that, or whatever it is. So I feel that within this connection, you really benefit each other to learn more about your individual, there's something about your individual soul growth that really kind of blossoms because of this connection that you have together. The 9 of Pentacles. Wow, you have so many successful cards here. You have the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles. So again, this is what I'm talking about with the Page of Pentacles. It's this awakening within your soul, the awakening within this other person's soul about things that you can accomplish in your life. You can, you accomplish these great things. You're very successful with certain things in your life. And I feel that part of the reason why you got there, I mean, obviously you have a talent, you have a skill, you have something that you want to pursue, but you had somebody there who believes in you when at certain times you didn't believe in yourself, or you felt that the challenges were going to get the best of you. So really it kind of opens up this pathway in your life of you to accomplish something that you deserve to accomplish. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. The 7 of Pentacles. So with the 7 of Pentacles, another way that you're going to benefit each other in this connection is that you are both very in tune with each other, but you have this great communication. So you can, Like, you're not afraid to pause and look at your relationship and say, okay, like, is everything good? Do we need to work on anything? What can we do to, um, to, make sure that we keep the spark alive, make sure that we're on the same page, things like that. So there seems to be where you're both very aware of the hard work that a relationship takes, and you're both willing to put in that hard work. Therefore, it makes it easier for both of you, okay? Because you're both putting in equal work. You're both wanting each other to be equal and to be happy and to be having fun and celebrating each other and things like that. Therefore, both of your lives in general just seem to get easier. The Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands, I feel that this connection happens very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. And I feel also that when you meet this person, somehow everything else in your life just starts to come together. So maybe this is something that you've been waiting for a long time. Let's say that you've been, looking for your soulmate. You've been hoping to meet them soon, and you've always wanted to have children when you meet your soulmate. And maybe some of you are feeling discouraged because you haven't found this person yet. And then all of a sudden you meet this person and your connection is like instant, or almost instant for some of you, and then everything else kind of falls into line. It's like when you talk to each other, you have the same way of living with another person. You both need the same amount of space, or you need the same amount of non-space between each other, right? So it's like you seem to connect on all these different levels. Everything kind of matches up. Let's say one of you needs, a lot of personal time to kind of, just be by yourself. Maybe one of you is really an introvert, and maybe the other person is too, and the other person needs a lot of time to themselves. That's just an example, but whatever it is, things just seem to line up with you in this connection with the Eight of Wands. And then everything just starts to flow where, it's like you can start talking about your future together, and it's not too early to talk about it. It's not too late to talk about it. It doesn't feel awkward, right? Everything just seems to fall into place very, very quickly for both of you and your relationship. And then I feel that the relationship starts to just get to a point where it's in a very, very strong place, like this Nine of Pentacles. You see a lot of success, and you really truly see, first of all, that you're soulmates, and that you're stepping into a sacred union with each other, but you see how easily everything works between the two of you. And then you have the Lovers card. And this particular Lovers card is very interesting because these two are part human, part bird. Remember what I told you, how there's something very unique about, I feel like it is both of you, okay? There's definitely something unique about both of you. But I'm seeing for some of you, which is probably the minority here, somehow you look different from each other. So maybe different styles. Maybe one of you likes to dress up all the time, and then maybe another one of you has like a rock star image or something like that, right? Where when you first look at it, somebody on the outside might be like, well, that's an odd pair. But once you get to know the two of you, you're like, yeah, they couldn't be with anybody else but those two, right? So I'm seeing something like that. And that's not for all of you. That's probably for a minority, because I feel for the rest of you, you feel different from other people. And then when you meet each other, it's like, oh my gosh, you just get me. And you just get each other. So that's what I'm seeing here with the Lovers card. I feel that another way you will benefit each other is that you no longer have to sacrifice certain things in your life, pieces of your personality or interests that you have. You no longer have to put these things to the side or hide these things from someone else, because this person is like, oh yeah, I love that about you, and that's really cool, and vice versa, right? So you don't have to hide things. You don't have to like dampen your personality or, take away some of your sparkle, whatever it is, metaphorically speaking, right? You can just be yourselves and it just works. Okay, now we have the King of Swords. Yeah, so definitely, didn't I say something about this earlier? Where was that? Okay, I don't remember where it was. I'm pretty sure I said it, but what did I say? Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter if I said it or not. I'm going to say it now. So with the King of Swords, what I feel is that, first of all, you have this great open communication, and everything that you communicate about, it just kind of flows together. You can express yourselves. You don't need to hide. There's a sense of, with this King of Swords, the more you talk to each other about who you are, what you want, your beliefs, whatever it is, the more you feel open to talking about other things and letting walls down, because the other person, it's almost like everything you say and everything they say, both of you are just like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I love that. That's amazing. Or, yeah, I get that. I'm the same way. Or, oh, wow, that's different. I never, knew that existed. I never thought about that before, but tell me more. Okay, it's something like that. And so I feel like the communication and the level of comfort really just grows and grows and grows between the two of you, because you're so accepting of each other's differences and you love the similarities that you both have, things like that. So it's a really cool connection that really creates this spark. Look at this card with the lights down here. And so it's like the more you get to know each other, the more you kind of solidify your connection, and you realize so quickly, I'm telling you, it's so quickly, that you start to realize, wow, I think you're my soulmate, and the other person is saying the same thing. The Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. You have the Ace of Pentacles right below the Page of Pentacles. Very interesting. I feel that there's so much growth for the two of you. You will benefit each other. Because look at here. So you have the Ace of Pentacles down here with, underground here. The roots are coming up. And then you have the two flowers here. So what do you need to grow a plant, right? You need the right kind of soil, the right kind of sunshine. You need water. You need all of these things. And then this Page of Pentacles actually has the watering can right here. And so it's like you just flow together so well. It's like all of the perfect ingredients come together with the two of you, like with the Temperance card here. You support each other, you believe in each other, you can see each other's perspectives, and it's just a really, really unique connection between the two of you that could not have happened with anyone else. You're supposed to be together in this lifetime. You're soulmates. You have the sacred union. And I feel that you're really going to accomplish a lot together. I feel that you really feed each other's soul growth within this connection. And so you're both growing, you're both changing as individuals, but in a way you grow together as you're both changing, and you're both kind of, I feel like you're up-leveling your life somehow, both of you, when the two of you come together. It's like maybe you've always believed in yourself, but nobody else believed in you, and now this person believes in you, and it's like, wow, I can accomplish anything now with the Angel of Determination here. Probably not for all of you, but that just came up, so I wanted to mention it real quick. And then we have the Seven of Cups. This is kind of what I was just saying, where it's like anything is possible. You have these dreams that you want to accomplish together or individually. You believe in each other. And it's something about once you're together, anything is possible. It's kind of like how I was feeling that it may have been a challenge for you two to find each other. And then once you do find each other, one or both of you is kind of like, wow, that was certainly challenging to find you. But now that we did find each other, now I believe that my other dreams are possible. Now I believe that anything is possible. And that could be you or the other person saying that, or both of you. All right, let's get your last card. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is very interesting, especially because it's your last card. So what I'm seeing here is that your challenges are over in the sense of feeling alone, and for some of you being in a relationship with someone else in the past where you still felt alone. Okay, so you may have felt alone because this other person didn't understand you, didn't get you, didn't understand, you know, the true you, and vice versa. This could be for your person as well, right? So this is what you're coming out of. So the Eight of Cups, something wasn't working in the past. This could also be that you were searching for your person. This could be showing that you're coming out of being single and feeling lonely and wondering, where is my soulmate? Where is this person, right? And so you really benefit each other because, do you see on this card? So you see this ladybug is on the path all on her own, but then you have right here, you have two fireflies or dragonflies. And then you have two butterflies here. You have two birds here. You have the two swans here. Do you see what I'm saying? You're no longer alone, and you find this person who matches your energy, who matches your personality, who understands you, who gets you for who you are, and vice versa. Same with the other person. So that is a really good card to end your reading on because it really kind of summarizes the entire reading. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.